Clients don't just appear. They move through a journey from not knowing you exist to becoming paying customers. As the CEO of your own business, you do not leave that journey to chance. You map it out clearly. Welcome to From Corporate to CEO, hosted by the Power Move Collective. I'm your host, Nandy B, and this is your daily podcast that proves that you don't have to resign in order to rise. Here, ambitious women like yourself learn how to leverage your paycheck, your skills, and your corporate career to launch and grow your own business. And in just 10 minutes every day, I'll share power moves that will turn your 9-to-5 into your greatest investor. Make sure, however, that you hit subscribe so that you never miss an episode. With that said, let's get on with today's episode. We are continuing in our strategy journey this week. I'm alive this week. I am loving everything we are talking about this week because that is really my bread and butter. I love talking strategy. So this whole week, we have shaped your first real offer. We have defined the problem, the promise, and the path. We have helped you position yourself so that you, my darling, are the obvious choice. Now comes the systems piece. How do you guide somebody from a stranger to a client in a way that feels simple but yet intentional? So that is the topic of conversation. We are going to be mapping out your client journey. I want you to realize that this isn't about funnels or complicated tech. So this is about knowing what I call the 4 steps that every client takes and you making sure that you've got all of them covered. I am going to be sharing with you the 4 steps of the client's journey. An offer on its own isn't enough. The real question is, how do people go from never having heard from you into becoming paying clients? That's the client journey. And it will almost always will follow these 4 steps. People will call them different things, but for us, we are going to be calling the first step the awareness step. This is how they find you. If your audience doesn't know you exist, they can't hire you. So awareness is at the top of the funnel or the client journey. So it might look something like positioning yourself regularly on LinkedIn, on Reddit, having a YouTube channel, which I have, having a podcast. These are all awareness steps, right? Every time you network and you share your business with people, you are building that visibility. Word of mouth, that is part of the awareness. You offering free checklist, guides, mini workshop. This is all the different ways where your audience is discovering you. So the first step is always the awareness or the discovery step. The second one is engagement. They know about you. Now they are starting to connect with you and your business. Engagement is when that audience is now moving from passive to active. They are not just scrolling by. Now they're commenting. They are signing up for your email list and they are even attending workshops. This is where the trust starts to build. From here, we then move on to the purchase step. This is when they pay you. I also call this the yes step, right? Because this is when they are either booking that coaching call, buying your product, paying for your services, signing up for your program. This is the moment they invest in themselves through the solutions you are offering them. And honestly, this is what it's all about. This is our favorite part. We want them to see value in the solutions that we offer. And the next one is the delivery. This is where they experience the actual value of your product. Delivery is where you fulfill your promise. It's not about providing a service. It's about creating such a great experience that they don't just buy one time. unless it's a one-time service, but they also can refer you and can come back for more of your services or your products. So think about this part as not just offering a service, but truly creating a great experience for your audience. When clients feel supported and they see the results, they don't just come back, they tell other people. And that is how you build momentum and eventually scale. So when you see the journey this way, it becomes very clear. Your job isn't to create an offer. It is to guide people through these 4 steps intentionally and consistently. That's how you move from making random sales to having a repeatable system that leads to that scalable business. Here is your action plan for today. So sketch out your first simple 4-step client journey. Keep it light. Make it one action per each step. That is all you need right now. Awareness. How will people find you? Write it down. This is how you're creating that visibility. Engagement. How will people connect with you? Maybe it's through a comment. Maybe you will invite them to join an email list. Maybe you would invite them to attend your mini workshop. So write one way you would invite interaction. On mine, I offer a safe start business blueprint where it's a 5 exercise workbook that women in corporate America who want to build their own business but don't really feel like they can do it. This tends to be a big problem that I see with a lot of women in corporate America taking that first step. Each one of them will tell me, Nandy, I want security. I don't think a job is secured, but I'm just not a business person. Or I don't know how I'm going to do it. How do I come up with ideas? However, when I start talking to them and I take them through this workbook, something in their head clicks. It unlocks something that makes them think, well, maybe, just maybe, I can do it. All right? So that is my engagement. The purchase. How will they pay or sign up for your service? Maybe it's a Calendly link. For me, it's my beacons.ai website. So I love Beacons because I get a website. We'll run you through the website over here so you can kind of see what the website that I created looks like. This is just a website I created myself. It's nothing fancy, but I'm just at the beginning of my journey. A time will come where I will have enough money to invest in some fancy website designer. But right now, we are still validating the idea. And I'm going to show you the back end of where I keep my calendar so people can schedule meetings, where I keep all of my courses. So under the digital product section, everything is housed in there. It makes it so much easier to be able to run this business where I offer one-on-one coaching calls, and all of my different courses and my freebies and downloads are also housed under that same platform. You will need a checkout system. Beacons.ai does that for me. By the way, they are not sponsored. My affiliate link is down below if you want to sign up, but they are not sponsored. This is just something I've discovered for myself after testing out a few things. This is what worked for me. I also have a couple of videos here where I'm showing you my different tools of the trade. For those of you who are starting your business, I have a series on Tuesday where every other Tuesday I will share a video of the different tools that I am using to run my own business. So you need to write down this purchasing step. How will they do it? What would you be using to secure those payments? I'm not a big fan of using Venmo, but if that's what you're going to do, write it down. And definitely last but not least, the delivery. How will you fulfill your promise? Are you going to need Zoom? Remember, in this, we are talking about the different tools that you'll be using and the process that you will go about delivering that. So for digital products, I mentioned beacons.ai. It's so much easier for me. However, I cannot run meetings on beacons.ai. So I do have a Zoom account where if I needed to do a group coaching call, I can use Zoom or Google Meet. Right now, I prefer Zoom to Google Meet, but that's just right now. It's important that you're able to map out the logistics of how you would deliver all of this. It makes it so much easier for them to understand the process. And for me, I also have certain confidentiality things that I want them to fill out. How will they deliver that to me? Am I going to be using some sort of online signature system? So think about all of these different things, write them down on paper. There's no need for you to overthink or make it complicated. We're just brainstorming. We're just lightly brainstorming how all of this is going to work. And then eventually we'll refine it with in-depth research. Your client journey is your first business system. Make it simple, make it clear, and make it repeatable. Thank you so much for joining me today on From Corporate to CEO. If you loved what you heard today, please subscribe to the show and visit us at powermovecollective.com. And if you are ready to start taking action, here are two great options. You can download our free Safe Start Blueprint. It's on our website and the link is also in the description below. However, if you, my darling, are ready to take action and say goodbye to corporate America for good, join us in the Business Plan Mastermind that is kicking off on January 12th, 2026.